Hey gang, I'm coming to you not as promised from my camping trip in Kansas, but from the lab, from the a la carte storage unite. That's a language. That's a language. But as you can tell, I'm unpacking I'm taking out the sleeper. So let's talk about it. Stay tuned. If I showed how I managed to get an extra pan strapped in here, works out very useful, or very well, and enough shelf space left to put my gas fire pit as well. So really works, very functional area that I've created here with the shelves and the extra little space back here. So that's awesome. I'm not sure if I show this, but the shelf here actually locks into place just by expanding the bed out. It is not screwed into here in any way. It's a loose shelf. And the beautiful part about it, is I can just pick the whole thing out, up, bring it in the garage, and leave everything on the shelf. So there isn't a back on the bottom shelf. You can see that. So we'll see if everything falls out or not, huh? Fingers crossed it does not. All right, well, so let's talk real quick about that camp trip. First, let's start off with a big shout out to Baby Sis. Thanks for letting me crash at your place on Monday. So it made my trip down to the middle of nowhere, Kansas, that much easier. So big shout out to her. So for my sisters, I made my way down to Pratt, Kansas, which is a small little town in the middle of nowhere in Kansas. Well, obviously. I don't know the highway, whatnot. Look it up yourself. What does Google exist for, if not for you to figure out if even what I'm saying is true? I went down there and saw my mom, and I camped for 2 days at the local Pratt County Lake. And I started to film a little bit, but once I really got into the swing of being down there and hanging out with my mom, catching up with her and other friends and family and whatnot, I'd just rather have been there than record the whole thing. So, unfortunately, sometimes it's like that. I definitely value the experience more than capturing it. So, unfortunately, I just didn't capture this very valuable experience. I went down there, camped, hung out with my mom. She just bought a restaurant down there a couple of months ago, and has, just been working her tail off, getting it running and keeping it running and whatnot, and making her changes and putting her touches on it and what have you. So I ventured down there to check that out. Caught up with my aunt and my uncle and some family friends, and I camped where I could in between them. So not a lot of camp action, mostly just hung out, did a little bit of fishing and slept. That's basically what I did. I did some fishing and then basically just slept. I'm going to insert a little bit of footage of that. I'll be right back as I continue to break down the sleeper here. I got a little bit of film for you, pictures. I didn't catch much of my mom's restaurant other than the pull up. Just kind of felt awkward, small town America. I don't know. Just some places I don't feel comfortable shoving the camera in people's faces. So decided that wasn't the place to do that. But that being said, the name of my mom's restaurant is called Rick's. Is this backwards? Or am I just an idiot? Oh, I'm looking at the name of the restaurant is Rick's. This is a classic diner kind of restaurant. It's got the full-scale menu and whatnot with the burgers, the fries, got all the breakfast fixings. They do cakes and pies. My mom's slowly but surely introducing them to the Iowa classic, the tenderloin. So shout out to my mom. She's out there giving her all to run a nice little establishment. And if you happen to be in Pratt, Kansas, you stop by Old Rick's there and tell her I said hi. No discounts. Sorry. No discounts for subscribers. Sorry. Okay. All right, some kids are walking by. It's kind of weird. I want to be talking out loud, old man and his YouTube channel, so I don't want to let him go. So anyways, here comes some of the footage, very few minutes. Enjoy, and we'll be back to finish breaking down the camper. We'll talk about why I'm doing that as well. So as successful as car camping has been recently, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Kansas.
Smokes. Whoa. Hello, folks. How are we doing? Hopefully the cameras can see me. Make sure I'm looking good. We are currently in northern Kansas, east Kansas, making our way towards central Kansas. There we are on our way to see my mama. She lives down in Haviland, Kansas, and owns a restaurant. And we're going to go camp close by, check out the restaurant, and say hello to my moms for a couple of days. So, and last but not least, big shout out to Baby Sis. Thanks for letting me stop through last night, crash at the place. Definitely helped cut my journey in half on my way down here to Kansas. Well, okay, folks, gotta hit the road. We'll have you stay tuned. State Park. I think the lake is right up this hill here. Okay, I pulled over real quick. Just take a look real quick. Just want to see if this is the lake up here. It is. Awesome. Beautiful. There's a little ducky out there. Got a couple duckies out there. Some cranes. Whatever. Okay, well, water's obviously down. This is Kansas. Precious commodity in these here parks. I think we found where we're camping tonight, guys. Look at this cool lake, man. This is Pratt County Lake, and they have all these individual fishing piers, essentially. These jetties that you can camp on. Everyone is, one camping site. Oh, a crane. Get your own fishing ring and plenty of shore access. I think we figured out where we're staying tonight, folks. Stay tuned. Oh, look at the turtles. They have like a peninsula in the middle. I think you can drive out there. This is quite an interesting little lake they put together here. I really love the concept of having your own jetty to camp on. Talk about privacy and space and access. Very unique. At least unlike anything I've seen before. Check this out though. I have never seen fireworks allowed in parks, but you can light them on the piers. That is so cool. Gotta come for 4th of July, I think. This here being their regular full hookup sites. They look pretty decent in general. Let's see if we can get some information about camping here, huh? Well, that makes it pretty simple. $20 a camp here for the hookups, $5 on the piers, just like I thought. Awesome. This is where we're camping, folks. Stay tuned. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Nice.
Rodney, this is my son here.
Alright, Rick's was delicious. Big shout out to my mom. She hooked me up with a tasty tenderloin. Not sure if you guys are aware or not, but in Iowa, a tenderloin is wait, my mama. A tenderloin is a Iowa sandwich, Iowa famous sandwich, Iowa specific sandwich. A pork tenderloin, usually tenderized and breaded and deep fried. And my mom has brought them here to Kansas. So I was so happy to find a piece of home while away from home. So big shout out to my mom. I like Rick's. Rick's a nice classic diner style type restaurant. Here we go. There it goes. All right, so now we're on our way to my mom's house where she actually lives in another town over. Probably just going to do a little bit of hanging out for a while, and then eventually this evening I'll make my way back towards the campground. And I think that's when we'll pick back up with you guys, huh? Stay tuned. This is my mom, guys. Okay, I may have bit off a bit more than I could chew. We got ourselves a full-blown rainstorm here, ladies and gents, and I'm car camping. All right. It's a little noisy, but bear with me here. So this is basically where I'm at right here. Is a regular campground, and each one of these are jetties around the lake, and each one of these you can camp on. How dope is that? Your own private fishing jetty to camp on. In addition to that, this bad boy is another peninsula. You can go out to fish. You can't drive out there, but they allow you to shoot fireworks from the piers, from the fishing jetty. So awesome feature I've never expected to find at a park before, where they allow fireworks. Nice. Gotta have to show you what I use the front space here for, underneath the foot of the bed. A little firewood carrier, keep a foldable shovel, tarps, extra poles. This is my roadside kit. Battery charger, air pump, flares, that type of nine, more poles, and the general car. The basic, this is the little emergency kit that stays with the car at all times. So I'm making use of the space. No, you stay down. You stay down. Well, let's talk real quick, I guess, about why I'm taking out the car camper. Not too big a deal, other than I'm about to make a Costco run of a lifetime. Slowly but surely, the world is trying to test our durability. At least the United States government is. So I really need the space to maximize the vehicle here. That, and I need to make a wood run, pack up the my firewood rack. So for both those things, I need to maximize the space. So simple as that. That being said, I think I'm actually, because I'm going to take this out, I want to redo the legs so I can create a bit more space underneath it. So until I get those in place, I'm going to leave the camper out. I'm going to go to tent camping at least through the spring here. So we'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll just toss it all back in if I really want to. It's not the hardest thing to put in the car. Simple as that. I need the space. A couple of important runs here. So that being said, yeah, camper's out. We're going to do some tent camping here in a couple of weeks. We're going to have baby sis, maybe even my guy Dale and friends on as well in another upcoming camp trip. So those will be some nice traditional camp trips. We'll have a good time, and we'll share those times, huh? So instead of our traditional day trip on a Thursday and camp trip on a Saturday, we're just going with this catch up and sleeper breakdown. Well, folks, I think that's the end of the line here. We'll catch you here in next week. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in. Deuces. Did I wink? I didn't mean to wink. That was awkward. My bad. You're fine. You're fine, dog. My dog's whining. She's hungry. Oh, I like that crack. That crack was a little. Ooh. Oh, that was all right. Okay, we're fine. We're having a good time. Tell you what, I gotta be the only person out here putting so much damn wood into a Ford Explorer. These are the other floorboards I made to hide the bolts from the second row seat. Someday I might make it out of a solid piece, but this is what I had laying around, so. A lot of space in this thing.